Hey, English learners! Welcome back to Skillify English, the podcast where we take real-life situations and help you handle them with confidence in English. I'm John.
And I'm Neha. And if you are a returning listener, we missed you. If this is your very first episode, welcome to the family. You are absolutely in the right place.
So today, we have an episode that I personally think every single person on Earth needs at some point in their life. We are talking about renting an apartment.
Yes, and honestly, John, this might be one of the most stressful things a person can do. Like, it sounds simple, right? You find a place, you pay some money, you move in. Done.
Right, if only.
But in reality, there are so many things to figure out. And when you are doing all of this in your second language, it can feel completely overwhelming.
Exactly. So today, we're going to walk you through the whole process, the vocabulary, the grammar, the questions you need to ask, so that the next time you are standing in an empty apartment with a landlord staring at you, you'll know exactly what to say.
We've got a fun role play coming up too. John is going to play a very serious landlord.
Very serious, very strict.
And I will play a nervous tenant trying to ask the right questions. It is going to be great. But first, let's do our check-in.
Okay, so our check-in question today is something that connects perfectly to this topic. Neha, here it is. Do you prefer living with roommates to save money or paying more to live completely alone?
Oh, wow. Okay, this question brings back some very vivid memories for me. So I'm going to say I prefer living alone, 100%. And I have a reason.
Story time. Let's go.
Okay, so when I first moved to a new city for work, I found this great apartment. Big kitchen, nice neighborhood, good price. But I couldn't afford it alone, so I found a roommate online. Her name was Sandra. And on paper, perfect. She seemed organized, quiet, professional.
You already know where this is going.
John, within 2 weeks, I discovered that Sandra had a very different definition of clean. Like, her side of the kitchen always looked like a cooking show had just been filmed, and nobody cleaned up after. There were dishes everywhere, there were mysterious containers in the fridge that I was genuinely afraid to open.
Oh, no.
And the worst part? She was so nice. I couldn't even be properly angry at her. She would just smile and say, "Oh, I'll get to that later." And later never came.
I feel that deeply. Okay, my experience is a little different. I actually had a really positive roommate situation for a while. My roommate Marcus and I split a 2-bedroom apartment for almost 2 years. We had a schedule for cleaning, we took turns buying groceries, we were very organized. It actually worked great.
So what changed?
Marcus got a girlfriend, and then suddenly the apartment had 3 people living in it, but only 2 of us were paying rent.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, and she was perfectly nice, but when you come home after a long day and you just want to sit on your own couch in silence, and instead there are 2 people watching a very loud action movie, it starts to wear on you.
So you also ended up choosing to live alone eventually?
I did, and honestly, the extra cost was absolutely worth it for my mental health.
So there you go, listeners. Even though living with roommates can save you a lot of money, there are real trade-offs, and that's something to think about as we go through today's episode.
All right, let's get into it. So let's talk about the actual experience of apartment hunting, because even before you get to the tour, just the searching process can be exhausting.
Oh, absolutely. You go online, you look at listings, and you start learning very quickly that the words in a listing do not always mean what you think they mean.
This is so true. For example, have you ever seen a listing that describes an apartment as cozy?
Yes, and cozy sounds so nice, right? Like warm, comfortable, charming.
And then you walk in, and it's basically a large closet.
Exactly. Cozy in apartment listings almost always means extremely tiny. Similarly, charming can mean old and a little bit broken, and up-and-coming neighborhood can mean, well, it hasn't come up yet.
You have to read between the lines. And then, let's say you actually find a place that looks good. You contact the landlord, you schedule a tour, and now you are standing there in this apartment with a stranger, and you need to ask smart questions in English.
And this is where so many learners freeze. They don't know how to ask about the deposit or what is included in the rent or whether pets are allowed. And so they just nod and say, okay, to everything. And then they sign a lease they don't fully understand.
We do not want that for you, so let's fix that right now. Okay, grammar time. Don't worry, this is very practical stuff. We are going to focus on two things. First, how to ask about apartment features using is there and are there.
So, is there is for singular things, one thing. For example, is there a washing machine? Is there a parking space? Is there a gym in the building?
And are there is for plural things, more than one. For example, are there any extra fees? Are there any quiet hours in the building? Are there any other tenants on this floor?
The structure is simple. Is there plus a or an plus singular noun. Are there plus any plus plural noun. Practice these. You will use them constantly during an apartment tour.
Now, the second grammar point is about modal verbs of obligation. These are the verbs landlords use to explain the rules of the apartment, and you need to understand them clearly because these are the rules you have to follow.
So the key modals here are must, have to, can, and can't. Must and have to both express obligation, something that is required. For example, you must pay rent on the first of the month. You have to sign a one-year lease.
Then can means something is allowed. You can have one small pet. You can use the rooftop terrace.
And can't, short for cannot, means something is not allowed. You can't smoke inside the apartment. You can't sublet to another person. You can't paint the walls without permission.
Listen for these when a landlord is explaining the rules. If you hear must or have to, it is a requirement. If you hear can't, it is a prohibition. This will help you understand the lease before you sign it. Before we do the role play, let's quickly cover the key vocabulary you'll hear in this section.
First word, rent. This is the amount of money you pay every month to live in the apartment. The rent is $1,200 per month.
Deposit, also called a security deposit. This is a sum of money you pay before you move in. The landlord holds it in case you damage the apartment. It is usually equal to 1 or 2 months of rent. And yes, the first time I paid a security deposit, I genuinely felt a little sick.
It is a lot of money up front. Next word, lease. This is the official written contract between you and the landlord. It says how long you will live there, how much you will pay, and what the rules are. Always read your lease carefully.
Landlord. This is the person or company that owns the apartment and rents it to you. And tenant, that's you, the person who rents and lives in the apartment.
Utilities. These are the basic services that a home needs to function. Things like electricity, water, heat, and internet. Sometimes utilities are included in the rent, sometimes you pay them separately. Always ask.
Furnished. If an apartment is furnished, it already has furniture, a bed, a sofa, a table, maybe a desk. If it is unfurnished, you have to bring your own furniture.
And finally, amenities. These are the extra features or facilities available to you. A gym, a swimming pool, a laundry room, a parking space. These can really affect the quality of your daily life, so always ask about them.
Perfect. Now, role play time. I'm going to be Mr. Henderson, the landlord. Very professional, slightly intimidating.
And I'm going to be Maya, a prospective tenant touring the apartment for the first time. Okay, here we go.
Welcome, Maya. Come on in. This is the main living area. As you can see, it gets a lot of natural light.
Oh, it's lovely. Thank you, Mr. Henderson. I actually have a few questions, if that's okay.
Of course, go right ahead.
Great. First, is the apartment furnished?
It is partially furnished. The living room has a sofa and a coffee table, and the bedroom has a bed frame and a dresser. The kitchen appliances are all included: refrigerator, stove, and microwave.
Oh, that's really helpful. And is there a parking space included with the apartment?
There is one assigned parking spot in the garage downstairs. It is included in the rent.
Perfect. And are utilities included in the rent, or would I pay those separately?
Water and heat are included. Electricity and internet are not. You would set those up yourself. Electricity usually runs about $60 to $80 a month for this unit.
Good to know. And what about laundry? Is there a washer and dryer in the apartment?
There is no in-unit washer and dryer, but there is a shared laundry room on the first floor. It uses coin machines. Are there any other questions about the amenities?
Just one more. Is there a gym or any fitness area in the building?
There is a small fitness room on the second floor. It is open from 6 in the morning until 10 at night. Now, shall we talk about the terms?
Yes, please. What is the monthly rent?
Rent is $1,400 per month. You must pay on the first day of each month. Late payments, anything after the 5th, will have a $50 fee, so you have to be punctual about that.
Understood. And the security deposit?
The deposit is equal to 2 months' rent. That's $2,800. It is fully refundable at the end of your lease, provided there's no damage beyond normal wear and tear.
And how long is the lease?
It is a standard 12-month lease. You have to sign before moving in. You can't sublet the apartment to anyone else during that period, and you must give 60 days notice if you decide not to renew.
What about pets? I have a small cat.
You can have one cat. However, there is a non-refundable pet fee of $200, and you can't have dogs in this building.
That works perfectly. Thank you so much, Mr. Henderson.
And scene. Great job, Maya.
Thank you, Mr. Henderson. You were very strict.
I was in character.
Okay, a few insider tips for when you actually tour an apartment in real life.
Tip 1. Test the water pressure in the shower. Just turn it on for a few seconds. Weak water pressure can be really annoying to live with, and landlords won't always mention it.
Tip 2. Open all the windows and doors. Check that they open and close properly. A window that doesn't lock is a safety issue.
Tip 3. Look at the corners of the ceiling and under the sink. You are checking for water stains or mold. These are signs of bigger problems.
Tip 4. Ask about the neighbors. You can literally say, "Is it generally quiet in the building?" A good landlord will give you an honest answer.
And tip 5, get everything in writing. If the landlord says, "Oh, we'll fix that before you move in," make sure it is written in the lease or in an email. Verbal promises are very hard to prove later. And now, our favorite part of every episode, the word tour. We slow down, we go one word at a time, and we really make sure these words are locked in your memory.
Word 1. Landlord. Landlord. The landlord is the owner of the property who rents it to tenants. In a sentence, my landlord lives in the building and is very quick to fix problems.
Word 2. Tenant. Tenant. The tenant is the person who rents and lives in the property. In a sentence, as a tenant, you are responsible for keeping the apartment clean.
Word 3. Lease. Lease. A lease is the legal contract that defines the rental agreement. In a sentence, before you sign the lease, read every single line.
Word 4. Security deposit. This is a prepaid sum of money held by the landlord as protection against damage. In a sentence, I got my full security deposit back because I left the apartment in great condition.
Word 5. Utilities. Utilities. Utilities are basic services like electricity, gas, water, and internet. In a sentence, ask whether utilities are included in the rent before you decide.
Word 6. Furnished. Furnished. A furnished apartment already has furniture inside. In a sentence, I chose a furnished apartment because I was moving from another country and couldn't bring furniture.
Word 7. Amenities. Amenities. Amenities are the extra features and facilities that come with the building. In a sentence, the apartment's amenities included a rooftop terrace, a gym, and underground parking.
And word 8, a phrase actually, wear and tear. This means the normal small damage that happens to a place simply from living in it over time. It's not caused by carelessness, it's just normal use. In a sentence, the landlord must return your deposit unless there is damage beyond normal wear and tear.
These are your 8 power words for this episode. Say them out loud, write them down, use them.
And that brings us to the end of today's episode of Skillify English.
We covered so much today. Roommate stories, Neha's kitchen disaster, my 3-person, 2-person situation.
We talked about the grammar, is there and are there for asking questions, and modal verbs like must, have to, can, and can't for understanding the rules.
We did a full apartment tour role play with real vocabulary in action. We gave you walkthrough tips, and we finished with 8 essential words you need to know.
If you are currently apartment hunting in an English-speaking country or anywhere in the world, we are cheering you on. It can be stressful, it can be confusing, but you are more prepared now than you were 30 minutes ago. And that matters.
And now, our comment question for this week. What is your absolute must-have feature in an apartment? Is it a big kitchen, natural light, a quiet building, a parking space, a bathtub? Let us know in the comments. We read every single one.
If this episode helped you, please share it with a friend who is learning English or with someone who is about to move into a new place. It might be exactly what they need.
And don't forget to subscribe to Skillify English so you never miss a new episode. We post every week, and we always bring you real English for real life.
Until next time, keep listening, keep practicing, and keep going. You've got this.
See you in the next one. Bye.
Bye, everyone.